I'm in my gold chain, rip it, my God. Rocket pops and J's, rip it, my God. Fresh new swag, rip it, my God.
Who said I couldn't be fly? Rip it, my God.
Hey you guys, so I know it's been a while, but I had to come back and do a special review of this shirt. I love this shirt. It is by one of my favorite companies called Moteef Co. It says God is lit, and I looked at this shirt and I was like, oh my God, look at all them colors. I have got to do a tutorial. So first things first, when you're doing makeup, you definitely need to make sure your hands are clean so your face is clean. So we are going to grab some hand sanitizer, rub it on our hands, and get ready to start. Okay, so after our hands are clean, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Infallible Matte Setting Spray just to spray my face a little bit to help the foundation later on as we apply it. Next, I'm going to take my Maybelline pore eraser to just kind of close up some pores that feel like they want to be open today, child. And then after that, I am going to do my brows. I am doing something a little different this tutorial, so you know, just switching things up. But before I do my brows, I'm going to take my Maybelline Baby Skin Lip Moisturizer just to help moisturize my lips for that matte lipstick later on. So today I'm going to brush my brows up first, you know, because they are not arch, child. And then I am going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow wax. I am the color Auburn. Be sure you test out, you know, these waxes before you drive. Drive home with them, child, because they are expensive and you need to make sure you have the correct color for your brows. And you do not want to be walking around with no dark brows. So, you know, kind of make sure you figure out what color you are before you leave the house and before you leave the store with that product. So I'm going to take a angle brush and just use that wax to fill in my brows. This product is very nice and it's very smooth and it doesn't take long to do your brows at all. Next, I'm going to take my Smashbox concealer and I am the color medium, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my hands to help clean up my brows. I had some Chewbacca brows going on, girl, so I had to get them things together. FYI, I did not use the same angle brush. I had two different ones, one to apply the wax and the other to help clean up with my concealer. I do not advise using the same brush to do so. You don't want to mix these products and then you get like a yucky finish on your brows, and nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Chain hanging, swinging, looking like a jump rope.
Okay, so after my brows have arrived, child, I'm going to take that same angle brush I used to carve them out and take a little bit of that Smashbox concealer that is left on my palm and just kind of use it as a primer for my eyelids because I really want this eyeshadow to pop. Okay, so next I am going to take my MAC Professional palette and I am going to use this lovely yellow to be my transitional color. I'm going to take this blending brush and I'm going to wet it because I do want this color to pop and I want it to be seen. The key to this look being perfect is blending, blending, blending. And it took me a long time to blend this color in so that it could pop. I saw I was getting a little messy, so I added some Scotch tape to the sides of my eyes just so you know I have a nice sharp finish at the end of this look. And then I went back to blending this in. The key to this look being flawless is blending, 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 blending. Blend till your hand falls off, honey. So next I am going to take my favorite, the Urban Decay Electrify palette, and I used the brush that was included in it, and I am going to dip into this green color called Thrash, honey, and I am going to take that on the middle of my lid. Now I did do a patting motion at the bottom of my lid because I really wanted this color to be prominent in the middle, and I just kind of blended it out at the top with that transitional color. Next, I'm going to dip back into my MAC Professional palette, and I'm going to use that red. And I did use the same brush I used to apply Thrash so that it was more easy for me to blend. It gave it a nice orange color in the middle of the two colors, so it did blend rather nicely, and I was really pleased. So next, I'm going to take my NYX Dreamcatcher palette, and I'm going to use that black matte that I always use, honey. I love this palette. And I'm going to use the other end of that Urban Decay brush to blend out towards the end. I'm going to kind of create a smoky eye. Now, all of these colors are located on the shirt, but now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like the Jamaican flag a little bit. But we could be here for that too, boo. So next, I'm going to dip back into that MAC Professional palette, take a blending brush, and just kind of carve out those top edges so you know they're not so sharp. After that, I took the Kat Von D Tattoo Eyeliner, boo, and I am going to create me a lovely wing. When I create my wing, I kind of pull my eye a little bit so that the line is pretty much perfect. Do not tug on your eye too hard and then you got eye issues. Do not do that, boo. But this is how I create like the perfect wing, you guys. And my wing was killing. It was killing. It was slicing and dicing. Y'all see that finish? So afterwards, I take a nice little wipe and I just, you know, clean up what I don't want to be there. So after this, I'm going to take my lovely beauty blender, boo, and I'm going to use my foundation, the L'Oreal Infallible. I am the color Soft Sable. Remember, your beauty blender does have to be damp, so if it is not, go ahead and dampen it up. But it needs to be kind of soaked, but not really. No water needs to be dripping on your face, but it needs to be damp. So just dip your foundation in it and get to blending, honey. Dab, dab, dab on them, dab. So after this, I'm going to take that same Smashbox concealer and go up under my eyes. Y'all know my hot spots by now. Up under my eyes, my chin, the top of my lip, my nose, and of course my forehead. And I just love this concealer. Look at it. Look. Now, after I have finished putting my concealer where I would like for it to go, I'm going to take that same beauty blender and I am going to blend it out. I usually use the bottom side, which is the wide side, so the product gets a nice even spread. But as I get closer to my eyes and the inner corners, I do use the tip. Now, y'all know what's next. It's time to highlight. So I'm going to use my Sasha Cosmetics Buttercup Highlighting Powder and use that same beauty blender to blend it in and just put some setting powder on it. If you have not set your face with a beauty blender, you do not know what you missing, child. That powder like melts into your skin. And I was feeling myself. I knew the bake was real. So I had to give me a little dance break. Ayy. So while the bake was occurring, I said, let me go ahead and do my lashes. So I took the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara to just kind of prep my lashes, and then I went ahead and applied them. These are from Salon Perfect, and they are in the style Dramatic. Afterwards, I went ahead and took a nice small kabuki brush to wipe off my highlighting powder. And then it was time for me to contour, honey. So I took my mineral powder in the color Espresso and a nice huge fan brush to carve out my cheekbones since they are pretty much non-existent, honey. Of course, I went down by the perimeter of my face to give my jawbone a nice little structure going on to get rid of them cookies, you know. And of course, I hit the top of my forehead so I have nice dimension when the light hits my face. Now, for some reason, I wasn't too satisfied with my contour, so I went back with my Sasha Cosmetics highlighting powder and that beauty blender and kind of cut my cheekbones. I usually don't do this, but for some reason today, I just wanted my cheekbones to be fierce, so I did. All right, y'all, so it's time for the lippy. I used 3 matted lip colors. The first one I used was Red Kiss by Ruby Kisses, and I just used this around the perimeter of my lips. Before I did that, I went ahead and did just one finger, just wiped over my lips to make sure that Maybelline Baby Kiss was not there, because I did not want a greasy look. It still was a lot of oil, and it wasn't as matted as I wanted to be at the end of this look, but I liked it. So just outline your lips. You can use a brush if you're not that professional. The next color I used was Extreme Coral. This is also by Ruby Kisses, and I just kind of did the inner, like basically like almost the middle but not the middle of my lips, because I wanted like a red orange type of feel. And then next I used Banana by Keisha K Orr, and I put this only on the center of my lips because I wanted like a sunrise look. Like when I look at this shirt, the shirt says God is lit, so lit sun, I don't know, that's what came to my mind. I got inspired when I look at this shirt and I was like, bruh, it's going down. Okay, so afterwards I just took a makeup wipe and I just kind of cleaned up around my lips lightly. I did not press hard at all. You can always use concealer, but I don't like concealer because it kind of highlights my lips, and my lips are already plump, so I don't need all that situation going on. So afterwards I brushed off that highlighting powder and took this blush by Milani. I forgot the name of the color, but it will be in the description box below. I took an angled kabuki brush and just brushed the apples of my cheek, you know, just to give them a little bit of color. And then next, I am going to take a fan brush, a small one, and my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit Boo, and bring the glow for show. Now, I do not use a single color out of this palette. I just pretty much mix in all 4 of these highlighters and bring the glow, boo. The glow up is so real. Y'all see this do-rag? It takes time to transition into the greatness that is me, and the glow gots to be present.
Get your cameras out, bring them up close. Chain hanging, swinging, looking like a joke.
Okay, so next I'm going to take my trusty jam and a nice little brush, you know, so I can brush my eyebrows up and set these bad boys for the rest of the day. And afterwards, I'm going to take the bad boy that started us all out, that L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray, and I'm going to set my face, and we are going to be here. Oh, I forgot. I did take some of the L'Oreal Infallible foundation powder. That is my shade. I forgot the color of it, honestly. But I just brushed the areas that I did not get with any powder at all, just so it had a nice finish at the end. Alright, you guys, so here is the finished look, and as you can see, I do got my shirt on and I'm ready for today. This shirt, like, pretty much basically is my life and how I would describe God and how he interacts with me every day. So I had to do a look that was this shirt pretty much. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to kind of keep things on the neutral side, of course, you can do a more neutral lip since our eyes are pretty bold. If not, you could just keep it like this and just be here, honey. You can find this shirt on moteefco.com. The link will be down below in the description box. And if you don't want to do a black, they do have another color. They have this awesome blue one right here. I purchased both, and there will be a link to both colors at the bottom in the description box. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I will see you guys soon. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
If I said I don't, then I'd be frontin' it. He told me that I can have it, as long as I don't forget the purpose of this life. I must live right. He trusts me too, I can't.